Welcome to Sports Cards once again. Now that it is coming to be the end of 2024, I thought I would spend a little bit of time and just give you a little bit of a review on how my sports card sales have been going on my eBay store. Just show you some of the numbers, the analytics, sales numbers that they track for you on the platform. I made a video like this recently about my COMC sales, so I thought I'd do the same on eBay since these are kind of the two main platforms I use. And I'm just kind of comparing this year to last year. I've learned things along the way. I've tried to become, more regular about things at times, but really when I look from January to December, comparing this to last year, so 2024 compared to the same dates in 2023, I've made about $10,000 in total sales. This includes the taxes, the shipping costs, all of that, which is just less than 6% higher than last year. So not too much different. And then, the selling costs of that, of course, this 2,000 something, the 23% of it actually goes to eBay. This includes the fees, the shipping labels, mostly just those, the fees and the shipping labels. So it's not that 23% or whatever is going to eBay. It is 13.5% that's going to eBay. So in total, I've brought in about $7,300 in net sales from eBay, which is 10% higher than the time period before, which is good. This is an interesting little number to see. I've sold 236 cards this year, which is 50% less than last year. So I think part of that is I am tending to sell cards on eBay that are a little bit higher end. Last year, I was kind of getting into a period of selling more of the kind of the cards that would be under $20 and I could sell with eBay standard shipping. But I just found that, a lot of those cards I could just do better sending off to COMC and not spend any time with them at all. So I've kind of been, putting cards for sale that are slightly more valuable. You can see the average sale price per item was $43 this year, which is more than 100% increase from last year. So that means last year was just a little bit over $20. You can also see here, I only sold a little bit via auction, not so much, most of it via fixed price. I might do, a few, as my eBay store is getting a little bit more of an audience, I might start doing a few more auctions. I actually have some auctions ending today, really super low end cards that I just kind of wanted to clear from off of my store and kind of stale inventory. But I might try to do a little bit more auctions into the future, possibly. I only have 9 repeat buyers. This is something I need to learn a little bit. I feel like this has gone down. So I do need to, because I do upload pretty regularly. So it seems like the people who are buying the cards that I'm selling would be the kind of people who would be interested in the other stuff that I'm selling. So I do feel like this is a metric that's good to look on to think about what you can do to increase repeat buyership. Now, of course, I'm doing this at an extremely part-time type of basis. I'm not trying to build a business out of this. I think there's ways if you're really trying to make significant money, you can even give yourself, create little business cards and put it in your package when you send it, have really fancy shipping. I do very good quality, safe shipping, but it's just tearing out these boxes so that, it's safe and secure, but it's not beautiful or anything. So, if you really want to do that, step up your kind of branding game, I think you can do well in that. This is interesting. So I've sold this much total through promoted sales. Almost half of it was through promoted sales, which has gone up by 275%, and then half of it was organic sales. What I tend to do for promoted sales is actually just put it at a solid 2%, only 2%. A lot of people will do a lot higher than that or not do it at all. But the way that I kind of think about it is if it happens to be through that promoted sale, then okay, then I've sold a card that I might not otherwise have sold. And if it's only 2%, then it's not much of a difference for me. So that's the way I'm kind of thinking about it now. So I just generally do that 2%. Best offer. So a lot of my cards do sell through best offers, and I accept it quite frequently because I set up something in my store so that, it automatically rejects ones that are quite low. Then I'll reflect and see. Sometimes I'm willing to give people deals. I think sometimes I've probably sold cards cheaper than I probably needed to at times, but it's okay. I like keeping stuff moving and I'm still making a profit if it's moving. So only 20% are sales without some sort of offer, which is really interesting. That means 80% are from some sort of offer. Traffic is interesting. You can see this is why you pay these seller fees to eBay. I mean, 1.15 million impressions. That means 1.15 million times somebody has seen one of my cards for sale on the platform. You can't do that anywhere else. You really can't. I mean, that's the reason that you're paying that 13% to eBay, because they're bringing eyeballs that you just can't get otherwise. This is even just 30 days. If every month I'm getting 1.15 million views or impressions, maybe only 2,600 people actually like go and look at it, but 1.15 million people have the chance each month to look at one of my cards, and I only have, you can see I only have 160 cards for sale or something, 166 cards for sale. So, 160, and I never have more than 250. I haven't had more than 200 cards on my store for a really long time. So having that many impressions with that few cards is kind of impressive, even though this click-through rate is really low. So that many impressions and only that many people view. Like, where can you get this kind of traffic for selling sports cards? You can't anywhere else. COMC is not getting anything like this. Nobody else is getting anything like this. This is interesting too, because I mentioned before how I only put 2% for my promoted listings, but it still means that the number of promoted impressions they have is 4 times more than the number of organic impressions, even though I'm only doing a 2% promoted listing fee. So that's one of the reasons when I look at numbers like that, where I think maybe it's worth it to do the 2%. I don't want to do more than that. I'm even the 2%, like at a certain level, I don't like paying extra when I'm already paying so much. Like, they're already taking so much. But when I look at these numbers and I look at these impressions and I consider that they're only taking 2%, that's 2 cents out of every dollar, $2 out of $100 sale for that promoted listing. So then it's worth it when I see this. This month I've sold 30 cards. Kind of just interesting to see. You need 1.15 million impressions to sell 30 cards. So that's why you need eBay, really. I always enjoy these charts. You can just kind of see how my sales are going. That kind of jumps around a little bit. Part of this depends. Like I could probably guess at this period of time I had uploaded cards every day. This period of time I probably did the same. I have right here too, but nobody's buying it, and I think it's because it's just getting close to Christmas. So you can see, the last 31 days sold $1,300. That's pretty similar for the last, each month, maybe somewhat similar for that amount of time. A little bit less overall because that's for my year. So anyway, that's kind of how things are going. I think it's going well. I mean, I appreciate eBay for what it is. I know people call it Feebay and have all these other issues with it at times. I'm putting a few up for auction that I very rarely do, but I just didn't try. I wish that I had more followers. I think I have 100% feedback and I have pretty good cards for sale for reasonable prices generally. I don't go back and reprice maybe enough. So maybe some of my cards are a little bit overpriced at times. So I probably should go and change some of those things eventually. But I think generally I have pretty good prices, and I'm definitely willing to work with people who negotiate and things too. So if any of these cards look interesting to you, feel free to come to the Sports Card Once Again channel. It's actually called, ebay.com/str/the Bridge Cards and Collectibles. It's because I was going to be starting a business at one point called The Bridge Cards and Collectibles, and that kind of fell through. I've told stories about that in the past. So here's some of the cards for sale. If you want anything, come on through. You can see it's mostly basketball. I got some scattered football and scattered baseball. At some point, I probably should come through and figure out how to organize this a little bit better, so it's not just all sports card trading cards. That's the featured category is literally everything. It would be good for me to come through and like kind of separate baseball and soccer and football, so that it's not only people who are looking for basketball cards coming through here, because there are, a random WWE card. There's random stuff in here all the time. So anyway. I just wanted to share all that with you to get a sense of what's been going on with my eBay store. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.